Hi, and welcome to this edition of the Insurance Experts. It's my pleasure to have on the line Les Robinson. Les is a long-term care insurance specialist. Thanks for joining us today.
Mark, thank you for having me.
Okay, so you have a very interesting background. How did you get into the long-term care business in the first place?
Real simple. When I was back in college, my grandmother had a long-term care event. It was a total disaster. We paid taxes, watched my father have a heart attack. We spent money we shouldn't have. It was just a war zone. And I was in college and I was looking at different careers and learning that you can get insurances that can help out people. And I said, well, gee, I'd like to be able to be trained and eventually have people be protected and not go through what I went through with 3.5 years with my family.
So how long have you been in the long-term care insurance industry?
I've been doing it for over 25 years.
Wow. So you've seen the ups and the downs and all the complexities involved, huh?
Yes, I have. I've seen it, the change in the policies, you name it, knock on wood, I've probably seen it. And that's one thing is that the policies have evolved so much in 25 years. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so now you've seen everything, but I know recently you actually had a personal experience using the policy. So tell us a little bit about the backstory behind that, first of all.
Okay. Real simple is my wife got hurt. She went in for surgery. And the day after surgery, she couldn't walk, and I knew I was in trouble. I knew the ship was sinking, and I had to act very fast. Otherwise, I would be at the whim of a person picking the location for my wife, and that is not a good place to be in.
Okay, so she had the back surgery and she wasn't able to take care of herself.
Yeah.
What plans did you have in place to protect against that, first of all?
We had a New York State partnership policy that protected my assets, total asset protection. So at the end of the day, once the policy exhausts itself, the extended Medicare benefit would have kicked in, and I would not ever be being paid for nursing home or assisted living care because I made the agreement with New York State.
Okay, so your wife is going through rehab for the surgery she's had. What were kind of the events that transpired to tap into the policy? What did you have to do?
Very simple. Put her on claim, fill out the paperwork for that, because when she was home, she couldn't do a lot of the stuff. But what really transpired is after the surgery, out of the 6 ADLs, the only thing my wife could do was eat. So I was looking at the whole situation. If my wife would never get better, she was going to a nursing home for the rest of her life.
Right. So instead of being the care provider, you were able to tap into the policy to pay for care for her. What did that look like?
Pretty simple. Walked into the place and said, the insurance is paying for the care. And they said, okay, validated coverage, and we were good to go.
Okay. And so in terms of the benefits that she has, hopefully, obviously, she recovers from what's going on. But what types of benefits are being provided to her now from the policy?
Right now, she is home. I can honestly say we are not using the policy right now because she's progressively gotten better. So I'm not going to actually exhaust the benefits for somebody to come over and my wife and her to sit and talk. So basically, but when she was in the rehab, it basically covered everything. So I didn't have to worry about anything. So when she walked out, I'll probably get a bill for a TV for $30, and that's it.
Really? So, and then again, she still has the policy if she needs more care in the future, and her deductible, her elimination period has already been satisfied, right?
That's already been satisfied.
Okay, so if you had one tip to give to a consumer, and I know you work with people all the time, what would you recommend to them in terms of getting a policy in place?
Before you get a policy in place, number one is educate yourself so you know what you're looking for, which also empowers and advocates yourself. And this is one of the things that I tell people, once you know what you're doing, okay, and you're looking at a policy, you know how the policy can fit your needs. A lot of people just go out and they blindly purchase policies and they don't know what they have. And at the end of the day, they think the policy is going to do A and it doesn't do A. And then they're in a very bad position. That's why when I talk to people, I explain all the increments of the policy, how this is going to help you at home, assisted living, nursing home, memory care, adult daycare, alternative care. So I cover all of the aspects so they understand how the policy works So when they're having a situation and they call me up, I can say, hey, this is what this is going to do. Do you remember that? Yep. This is how this is going to work. Yeah. It's better to work with an educated client that I help to empower versus somebody that has no clue. For my seminars, I get people that come through and have no idea what's going on, and they can't even get the policy turned on because they haven't met the ADL requirements, and they don't even understand that. They think, okay, we'll just call the company, and they can't even qualify for the coverage, and it's a disaster. And you try to explain to them that they've got to have 2 out of the 6 ADLs, and it's either got to be for 90 days or some policies are permanent, where it's the rest of your life. So they have to understand what's in the policy. And once people know what they're dealing with, it's a lot better in the planning process.
Yeah. So, well, thanks for joining us today. I know you do a lot of educational seminars. You work with financial planners, and I'm sure we'll have you on future editions. So I appreciate your time today sharing your personal story.
Hey, thank you, Mark.